So the run continues for Jannik Sinner as he wins in Monte Carlo, and that's a fourth Masters Championship in a row, and it's back to back in 2026, and he proves to Carlos Alcaraz he can now beat him on a slow clay court as well, and most importantly, he becomes world number one. That's right, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Well, this is the post-match reaction. Jannik Sinner winning in Monte Carlo, defeating Carlos Alcaraz in straight sets, not in three like I thought it would be, but it wasn't for Alcaraz not having his opportunities. This match was topsy-turvy. It was close, but one man came out on top, and it was all because of how he just stayed calm in the big moments. He adjusted to the conditions, and Jannik Sinner finds himself at the top of the tree again, world number one. And what a performance. Like Jose Morgado says, I know I say that a lot, Jannik Sinner wins the last 5 games of this final. He was 3-1 down in that second set and won it 6-3 after winning the first set on a tiebreak. He wins Monte Carlo, the biggest clay title of his career, and he's back to the top at number one. 8th Masters title, and he ties with Alcaraz 4th consecutive Masters, which I think is one of the big things here, and 27th title in total. Just incredible. And he had to really go through the ringer a bit today on this one. It wasn't just plain sailing straight sets. It was a very, very tight straight sets win, as you'll see from the score. He obviously got broken very early in the match, so he proved it in both sets. He was broken early in both of them. He was down 2-love, but the instant resilience to break straight back, I think the urgency as well, to know that you can't allow yourself to go down a consolidated break against Carlos Alcaraz, that was really important for the first set. I wouldn't say it was the highest level that we've ever seen between these two, but it's always such a chess match, and it's always so interesting to watch how it plays out, how the players adjust to the conditions. And definitely the conditions today were windy. And that is the one big thing that Big Andy, Sir Andy, should be noted, said. Both guys struggling, playing with the wind so far. You need to play with more patience and a higher margin for error when it's like this. The one who recognizes this and adjusts quickest will win. And it proved to be the factor. He is a smart guy, Sir Andy, isn't he? And Jannik Sinner was the one who adjusted, and he didn't make the errors in the big moments. Carlos Alcaraz was the one who did. And I thought it was just so impressive. We've seen it time and time again from Sinner, but it will never stop being impressive watching him have these like revelations in tie breaks where he just is able to somehow turn it on just for a second, or just get under his opponent's skin for enough time for them to make the error. And that was what it was in this final. He was the one who was calmer during the chaos. Tough conditions, tough wind, but he was the one who stayed composed. Remember that. And in the key moments, he was just better. And when it was time for that first set, the tie break, either way, it was still very close. Alcaraz was the one who blinked first and unfortunately gave the set to Jannik Sinner, in my opinion. And then we moved on into the second set, and it was a 3-1 lead, as I mentioned before. You can see here on the screen. And yeah, it was a tough one again, because it was the same thing as in the first set. Got the early break, and look how hard he had to fight, even to consolidate. Faced break points before being able to consolidate. But Jannik Sinner held serve and never looked back. He broke serve twice after that and finished with ease, some might say. It was a brilliant serving performance from Jannik Sinner to serve it out. I wouldn't say a brilliant serving performance in total, because I think he only made 50%, 51% of his first serves, which is not great, but the conditions, you have to take that into consideration. And like Scott Barkley says here, it's a huge win for Sinner, especially given the amount of opportunities Alcaraz had in both sets. Felt like Alcaraz had run away with both sets numerous times. Sinner just kept with him amongst the rough conditions and got by him in the big moments. It was really, really impressive to see. And another good one from Scott as well, said Jannik Sinner really told everyone after losing in Qatar a few months back that he was going through a rough patch, but knew exactly how to turn things around. And since then, hasn't lost a single match. Yeah, he was saying he was testing out new things. I even think that his drop shot has been more effective than Carlos Alcaraz's drop shot this week in Monte Carlo. I think he's really nailed it. But some of the short forehands cross court where he hits winners, I think that's one which I don't see many other players hitting it as flat and as short as around that service box line. It's one of those shots that I love to see, but he can do that. He can do the short one. He can do the long one. Doesn't matter. He seems to have every tool in the box. But we've got Gil Gross chiming in as well. Always good for an analytical standpoint. He says it's a huge one in the head-to-head as well. He's now beaten Alcaraz in arguably the slowest conditions on tour, just like Alcaraz ended a dominant hard-court stretch for Sinner at the US Open last year. Sinner ends a dominant clay stretch for Carlos Alcaraz. And we'll go on to another one from Gil saying for Sinner to even play anything close to his best tennis this week was incredible. Yes, the final was choppy on both sides, but to go from winning the Sunshine Double, and that's one of the big things. God, think how much tennis he's played. 1 week to prepare. 1 week to prepare for the clay, assuming no rest. Beast of a task to then win Monte Carlo. What a machine he is, and I think that's the right word, machine. Or is he AI? I don't know what he is. I don't know how he's doing it. And with this, more stats come, more stats follow. Obviously, he now becomes the second man to win Indian Wells, Miami, and Monte Carlo in the same season since the beginning of the Masters format, after, you know who, Novak Djokovic in 2015. And I still keep saying it. Thank Djokovic for this run, Sinner fans, because he's the one who's ignited it in him. I'm telling you, that defeat at the Australian Open means a lot. And I think it's really done something to Jannik Sinner. And I can't quite believe how impenetrable he is. Bear in mind, Thomas Mahatch is the only guy to have taken a set from Jannik Sinner in 4 Masters events. 4 Masters events. So Thomas Mahatch, I mean, I've met him a couple of times. Lovely guy. Just be proud of yourself, Thomas. You've really done well. You've got yourself a set out of Masters against Sinner. Even Alcaraz didn't manage to get one today. It was close, but he was in the final. So he did win a lot of other matches. Other stats as well. Players since 1990 to defeat the reigning champion in the final. And that is Andre Medvedev in 94, Nadal in 05, Djokovic in 2013, and now Jannik Sinner makes the list. And the big one, of course, we got to finish on it. It is, of course, the world number 1. Jannik Sinner now on 13,400 points, and Alcaraz 13,240 points, 160 points behind. And Alcaraz needs to win Barcelona next week to get back to world number 1. If that happens, it will be a 10-point difference between the two. Can you believe it? These two are literally neck and neck, aren't they? The best 2 players in the world. And I think this one, to finish off, sums it up. Weeks at world number 1. Jannik Sinner, 67. Carlos Alcaraz, 66. Will he be able to level it up next week? We'll wait and see. But that's it from me. That's just the post-match reaction. Jannik Sinner, Monte Carlo Masters champion. What a performance from the Italian. He is on a devastating run right now. Who can stop this guy? Tell me in that comment section all your thoughts about the final. And when do you see Jannik Sinner finally losing at a Masters? I want to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't done so yet, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see ya on the next one.